I want to break down what's changing and what's pushing people away from the Philippines and where they're heading to in 2025. And maybe you're thinking about it too. Where should you head in 2025? Maybe the Philippines isn't your option anymore, your number one option. Let's find out what other options there are, and we'll have a discussion about that. So grab a coffee, hit the like button if you would, and let's get started. You ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
So is the Philippines no longer an option for expats moving to Southeast Asia? If not the Philippines, then where? Is there a better option? Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bullinasia, here in actually Da Nang, Vietnam right now at one of my favorite coffee shops, Echo Green Cafe. I just had a great lunch. I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It was this big, and it came to 175,000 dong, which is right around $5. So it's a pretty good deal. Middle range. You can get a lot cheaper food here if you want, but I was in the mood for a Philly cheesesteak and I wanted to eat here, so here you go. All right, so I've spent almost 4 years living in Southeast Asia, 3 of those years in the Philippines, almost 1 year in Bangkok, Thailand, and I've spent a few months living here in Da Nang, Vietnam. All right, first let's talk about why the Philippines has been so popular over the decades for expats to visit and live. Number one is English. It's the number one English-speaking country in Southeast Asia. So hands down, you have the best option as far as wanting to talk to people in the Philippines in English. It's going to make your daily life easier for foreigners. Number two is the friendly people. Filipinos are best known for being welcoming and warm. I've had expats tell me that they feel like they're family in the Philippines. Number three is the beaches and the islands. The country has over 7,000 islands. It's paradise. If you love white sand and turquoise water, the Philippines has that checked off numerous places. Number four, dating and relationships. Many Western men, especially, move here for relationships. Whether you like it or not, the age gap is not a big issue in the Philippines. You can be an old Western foreigner and you can date a young, beautiful Filipina, and really not many people look at that any differently than any other relationship. So that's a big reason why expats come to the Philippines and live in the Philippines, relationships. Number five, low cost of living. For years, you could really live well on a modest pension or Social Security or even a remote job. But now things are changing, or at least getting more complicated. So let's do a deep dive into it. What is pushing some expats to rethink their location, rethink living in the Philippines or moving to the Philippines and maybe thinking of another location for 2025? First of all, cost of living is going up. Now, the Philippine peso against the dollar isn't very strong, so you get more bang for your buck right now, but inflation is kind of keeping steady with that too, so it kind of offsets everything. Inflation's hitting groceries, rent, utilities, everyday life, really. Secondly, infrastructure problems. Blackouts, or what they call in the Philippines brownouts. Poor internet in many provinces. Flooding during typhoons. These are all real issues. Number three is bureaucracy. Banking is getting harder if you're a foreigner. Immigration rules can be confusing. And there's always that risk for sudden policy changes. And it could be different from bureau to bureau, so you just never know. Number four, safety and scams. Petty crime, corruption, and scams targeting foreigners are still common, even more so lately, it seems. Not to mention the horror stories you've heard lately about relationships with Filipina going south and the legal issues that follow that. Number five is healthcare. While the big cities like Manila and Cebu have good hospitals and decent health care, smaller towns can be a little problematic, especially if you have serious health issues, especially for retirees. So with these growing challenges, more and more expats are asking, where else can I go? So what's a good alternative to the Philippines? Luckily, Southeast Asia is huge, and there are some very solid options if you're starting to think the Philippines isn't for you. So let's break down 5 countries that keep coming up in 2025 in the expat circles. Those countries are Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia, and Indonesia. First up is Thailand. Thailand has been the king of expat life for decades. It's very easy to see why. Bangkok is a modern megacity with world-class hospitals, shopping, nightlife, and international schools. Chiang Mai offers a slower pace, great weather in the mountains, and a huge digital nomad scene. If you love islands, you've got Phuket, Koh Samui, Krabi. They're all beautiful, but can be a little pricey. The pros of Thailand: great food, modern infrastructure, good healthcare, strong expat communities. The cons of Thailand: not everybody speaks English well. When you get outside of the tourist areas, that could be a problem. Visa rules keep changing, and tourist areas can feel a little overdeveloped, a little overwhelming. Still, for many expats, Thailand ticks all those boxes: value, convenience, and lifestyle. Next up, Vietnam. Vietnam is booming for expats right now. Ho Chi Minh City is buzzing with startups, remote workers, and big foreign companies. Hanoi gives you old world charm and culture. Da Nang and Nha Trang are beach cities that are modernizing really fast. The pros of Vietnam: fast internet, low cost of living, amazing food scene, safe cities, very friendly locals once you get to know them, once you break the ice. Your cons: English is improving but not universal. Visas can be tricky to get right, and there's more bureaucracy than you might expect. But especially for young expats and entrepreneurs and digital nomads, Vietnam is definitely on the rise. Number 3, Malaysia. Malaysia is definitely underrated. Kuala Lumpur, super modern, great infrastructure, lots of English spoken. Penang is a foodie paradise with a slower vibe, and Sabah and Langkawi offer a great tropical living. The pros of Malaysia: very affordable for what you get, good healthcare, multicultural society, easy travel connections. The cons: some of the rural areas are more conservative. Visa options are improving, but still require a lot of homework. And prices in expat-heavy areas like Penang are creeping up. If you want the modern comforts with a bit of Southeast Asia spice, Malaysia is worth a serious look. Number 4, Cambodia. Cambodia is more raw, but it's attracting more retirees and digital nomads lately. Phnom Penh has decent nightlife and a growing expat scene. Siem Reap is more laid back, famous for Angkor Wat. Sihanoukville used to be a beach gem, but lately it's mostly Chinese casinos. Many expats avoid it now. The pros of Cambodia: super easy visa options, low cost of living, and welcoming locals. The cons: healthcare is hit or miss. Infrastructure is pretty basic outside the big cities. Wages are low if you need a job. Still, if you want cheap living, simple residency, Cambodia, you can make it work. And last but not least, let's talk about Indonesia, and specifically Bali. Bali is the ultimate Instagram expat island. Beach clubs, co-working spaces, yoga, surf, all wrapped into a nice tropical package. The pros: you got stunning nature. You've got thriving remote work community. You've got decent infrastructure in the main area. Affordable villas if you know where to look. The cons: visas can be a headache. Traffic is getting worse. Local rules can surprise the newcomers if you're not on top of things. If you're a digital nomad or a creative type, Bali just might feel like paradise for you. Just be prepared for the crowds. So which one should you pick? Where should you go if you're starting to look beyond the Philippines? It depends on your priorities, I guess. If you want modern comforts, an easy expat life, try Thailand or Malaysia. If you're adventurous and want the best bang for your buck, Vietnam or Cambodia. If you're a digital nomad or a surfer, Bali is the king. Just remember, there's no place that's perfect. Everywhere has trade-offs, from visas to healthcare, to how easy it is to connect with the locals, transportation, infrastructure, you name it. Everybody has their pros and cons. And after looking at these other places, maybe you realize that the Philippines isn't that bad after all, and maybe you want to stay there, you know, because there's a lot of positives you can check in the Philippines too. So, but there's lots of other options out there. If the Philippines is no longer what you want, check out these other options. Let me know in the comments below if there's another country maybe you're looking at, specifically Southeast Asia. At the end of the day, it's what fits your lifestyle, it's your budget, your long-term priorities. But I'm curious to know, do you think the Philippines is still worth it in 2025? Or are you already ready to pack up your bags for Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Cambodia, or Indonesia? Drop me a comment below. Tell me where you'd move. You can pick any country in Southeast Asia. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like and a share. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'd appreciate that. Hit that notification bell too so you get notified when I post new videos. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay safe, live life, my friend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.